Graduation is indeed a time of great celebration, a celebration to be observed with dignity and respect for the graduates. With this in mind, we ask for your cooperation with the following. Please remain in the stands throughout the entire ceremony, including the processional. Do not come onto the field. Please remain seated with your family and maintain 6 feet of distance between other families as marked by the purple tape in the bleachers. Please show respect to the students who are making speeches by being attentive and remaining quiet. This is their time to shine. Just for tonight, it is all about them. Thank you for helping us with this. It will make graduation night better for all participants. You will notice that some students have the word honors written on their stole, indicating that they have met all 4 ACT benchmarks. 32 students have qualified for the honors recognition on their diplomas. There are also 20 students who have earned distinct recognition, which signifies a 3.0 or above GPA and the meeting of all ACT benchmarks, as well as one of the following: a 31 or higher on the ACT composite, participation in at least one of the governor's schools, participation in one of the state's all-state musical organizations, or 12 or more semester hours of transcripted post-secondary credit. We are extremely proud of these students' academic success. Leading the graduates onto the field is Senior Class President Eleanor Grace Nafee. Ellie is the daughter of Michael and Anita Nafee. I ask that you now rise and remain standing as the graduates enter the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the 2020 graduating class of Covington High School.
Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take a moment tonight, and we ask to take a moment of silence to recognize the lives of two recent graduates and one of our current students here at CHS. So if you would, let's please take a moment of silence. Trey Williams. Tyrone T.J. Smith, Jr. Tyronzen Smith, class of 2021. Thank you. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their families. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty members, fellow administrators, honored guests, parents and guardians of our graduates, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2020. This is truly a historic evening. The weeks leading up to this ceremony have been filled with uncertainty and unprecedented changes and have tested our strength and resiliency. Yet this day still marks an important milestone for everyone here, and one which we are all grateful to be a part of. This is still a day for students to revel in past accomplishments while looking with enthusiasm toward the future. And of course, it is a day for parents and guardians, grandparents and family members, faculty and administrators to be proud, very proud of these graduates. It is our pleasure at Covington High School to begin the presentation of our 2020 graduates. Tonight, the welcome address will be given by the senior class president, Eleanor Grace Nafee, daughter of Michael and Anita Nafee. Would Mr. and Miss Nafee please stand for a moment to be recognized? And now, class president, Eleanor Grace Nafee will address the crowd.
With great pleasure, I welcome everyone to the CHS Class of 2020 graduation ceremony. Now before we begin, I'm just going to go ahead and pay my respects to the following speakers and put on some gloves. And this might take a second. In all seriousness, thank you to the administration, faculty, and families that not only helped us get to this day, but for allowing us to have the best ceremony under these circumstances. A common phrase used by seniors is, "I cannot wait to graduate." I know I've said it multiple times, and here we are. Today is the day we've been anticipating since we came into CHS our freshman year. Let us rewind to August, when our biggest problems included getting the best parking spot, passing senior year, and most of all, getting caught by Mr. Price on the cameras. However, our fate was different from previous senior classes. We are an age that came into the world during the tragic time of 9/11 and became adults during a worldwide pandemic. Needless to say, we were built to endure hardships and prosper through these struggles. As Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, "When you come to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on." I'm not sure about you all, but I've definitely been hanging on to a knot throughout these past couple nights. Nevertheless, let us find contentment in the fact that we will only return stronger because we were molded to defeat these types of hardships. If we learn anything through these times, let it be to not take anything for granted, enjoy every moment, and to never take toilet paper for granted. Although we did not get that last morning announcement, last walk down the hallway, or even last day, our best moments are yet to come. Once again, thank you all for being here, and thank you to the class of 2020 for letting me serve as your president. As Mr. McLean would say, goodbye, Level 5, Covington High.
Thank you for those words, Ellie, and thank you for your leadership you have shown throughout the year. The 2020 historian is the daughter of Shan and Nikki Erickson. Would Mr. and Mrs. Erickson please stand for a moment as their daughter comes to speak? I would like to present the class historian, Sydney Lanier Erickson, who has a cumulative grade point average of a 4.0 and a 32 on the ACT. Would you please welcome Miss Sydney Lanier Erickson.
As we all know, this whole quarantine thing has made us bored out of our minds. So I was scrolling one day and found a quote that fits our class perfectly. Behind you, all of your memories. Before you, all of your dreams. Around you, all who love you. And within you, all you need. Let's start with behind us are our memories. We have made so many memories together over the last 4 years. Homecoming, state playoff games for many sports, a state win for the baseball team, competitions in different clubs and band, as well as classes we dreaded going to and the classes we loved, just like JJ's wildlife class. I'm sure everyone here has made lifelong memories with their classmates, just like we can remember struggling to find our classes freshman year and then seeing the little babies run through the halls panicked. We were born into a world facing war and fear because of 9/11. And with the next big step in our lives, we are still facing fear with the coronavirus. We will never forget ending our senior year on Friday the 13th, going into the safer at home policy. We will never forget the lack of toilet paper and the ever-present boredom that leads people to use that toilet paper to roll our yards and our cars. We will never forget not knowing our last day was our last day. With our classmates in the school we all dreaded going to every morning, but in the end shaped us into who we are today. Now before us are our dreams, so let's take a moment and think of your biggest dreams and what you hope to accomplish. For some of us, that journey includes college, for others it is trade school, armed forces, or the workforce. We are all going places. It is only upward from here. As soon as we walk across the stage, we each embark on that new journey. Around us are only some of those who love us since graduation didn't go exactly as planned. And we are all probably missing someone very important here tonight. But always remember, no matter the arguments or the rolled eyes, the checking or the drama, we are all one class, and I am honored to say that I'm part of the CHS class of 2020. We may not have always gotten along, but we always had each other's back, especially during homecoming weeks. And I can honestly say, even in a wheelchair, all of you made my senior homecoming unforgettable. I think I speak for everyone when I say there is love for each other within each one of us. And within you, all you need. We all know some of us just get it, and some of us have to work a little harder. Everything we need to get us to our dreams is already within us, whether we realize it or not. We may not always feel prepared, but I believe that Covington High School has prepared us for what is to come. I know I speak for all of us when I say we are so grateful to everyone who has taught us in the past 4 years. You truly made an impact on our lives, and as long as we can, as Mr. McLean says, sling some dopamine, we've got this.
Thank you, Sydney, for your words of wisdom to your class. The 2020 Salutatorian is the son of John and Amber Turner. Will Mr. and Miss Turner please stand for a moment as your son comes to speak? I would like to present the class salutatorian, John Travis Turner, who has a cumulative grade point average of a 4.0 and a 32 on the ACT. Would you please welcome Mr. John Travis Turner?
So, for some of you, this may be your first time hearing me say more than one sentence at a time. For many of you, it's probably your first time hearing me speak at all. Regardless, I would definitely say this whole public speaking thing is not my strong suit. But that's my own challenge to face, and this speech is supposed to be about a challenge to our whole class. Now, I'm sure the easiest thing to discuss would be the whole situation right now, but I think that's been implied enough. The main concept I'd like to establish is that everyone has their own types of challenges, and some people may have more than others. But the one challenge that all of us here have had to face is getting to this moment. Every one of us here, regardless of our grades, our future plans, or if we even wanted to go to school, managed to pull through all of this, and whether it was thanks to hard work or resolve, we're all here today. I would say that this process will be one of the hardest challenges to face throughout life, but I would be lying. Because, like I said, everything's different for everyone. But it shouldn't matter about how different our experiences are. What does matter is how we've decided to tackle our challenges, what we've learned from them, and how they will help us in dealing with future challenges. I know all of this may sound a bit cliche, but it's true. Every experience that you've had throughout your life, every hurdle you've had to jump, have all contributed towards who you are and how you deal with things. So, while these past 4 years may not be the biggest challenge you'll face in your life, I hope that they've been impactful enough to help you with those in the far future and near. Now, onto the part that the speech is actually supposed to be about, a new challenge for our class. I'm sure no two people here will be dealing with the same specific scenario after leaving here. However, we'll all have to deal with the fairly broad challenge of making our own decisions and moving forward. The past 4 years, possibly more for some, have had pretty straightforward guidelines that took up 10 months of the year that we call school. But those guidelines have widened. Whether you're going to college after this, or if you have plans outside of it, that's your own decision to make. My challenge to you is to always be moving forward. Don't settle with being complacent, whether it's trying to improve yourself, those around you, or just your situation. Even if it's in the smallest way possible, keep moving forward. Newton's first law of motion states that an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion unless acted on by an equal or opposite force. Don't stay at rest, and don't be that force. Thank you.
Thank you, John Travis, for those words, and I hope we will remember. Our valedictorian's address will be delivered tonight by Laura Gail Billings, the daughter of Mark Billings and Kathy Billings. Would Mr. Billings and Miss Billings please stand for a moment to be recognized while their daughter, our 2020 valedictorian, comes to the podium. I am proud to present Laura Gail Billings, valedictorian of her class. Laura Gail has a cumulative grade point average of a 4.0 with an ACT score of a 33.
begin, I would like to state how thankful and honored I am to be here with this incredible class of 2020. It is so amazing that in this time of tragedy and uncertainty, we can find ourselves being able to graduate and have this ceremony for one last goodbye to all of our peers and teachers. Let us remember that all of us in this crowd owe a big thank you to each faculty member at Covington High School, because whether or not we believe it, everyone around you in this very moment has changed your life and shaped you into the person you are right now. Personally, I have met some of the most inspirational people in my last 4 years at this high school, such as Ellie Nafee, our class president, who is one of the most driven and ambitious people I know, Maddie Maxwell, who is one of the strongest and most resilient, and so many more of you who have made lasting impressions. We have amazing faculty members like Mr. Jared Johnson and Miss Rich, who are two of the most understanding and involved teachers in their students' lives. They push their students to do greater things and become better people. Although we may not have gotten the chance to say goodbye to all of our favorite teachers in their classrooms on the last day of school, or to our best friends in the parking lot after our final exam, we do have this moment right now to look around, count our blessings, and enjoy this beautiful day of celebration. Today is a day of goodbyes and new beginnings for each and every one of us. I truly hope that all of you before me build a bright and marvelous future for yourselves. We may look back and reminisce on our memories over the past 4 years, like Coach K patrolling the cafeteria and Mr. Price with his clipboard. But now it is time to say goodbye and confidently move on to the next step of our lives. As Miss Warmoth once quoted during my freshman year while reading us "Oh, the Places You'll Go," "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go." So let us take this knowledge we have learned over the past 4 years and create the future we choose. I am truly honored to be a part of this senior class, but the time has now come to celebrate our successes and look ahead to our futures. Goodbye, Covington High School, and goodbye, class of 2020.
Thank you, Laura Gale, for those challenging words. At this time, I would like to recognize the top 10. Number 10, Kadasia Frankela Halliburton. She has a GPA of 4.0 and an ACT score of a 23. Number 9, Eleanor Grace Nafee, GPA of 4.0 and an ACT score of a 26. Number 8, Allison Mackenzie Faulkner, a GPA of 4.0 and an ACT score of a 26. Number 7, Madeline Rose Potter, a GPA of a 4.0 and an ACT score of a 29. Number 6, Leah Elizabeth Beasley, GPA of a 4.0 and ACT score of a 29. Number 5, Alyssa Brooke Ray, GPA of a 4.0 and an ACT score of a 29. Number 4, Justice Cole Mack, a GPA of 4.0 and an ACT score of a 31. The historian, Sydney Lanier Erickson, GPA 4.0, ACT score of a 32. Our salutatorian, John Travis Turner, GPA of a 4.0 and an ACT score of a 32. Our 2020 valedictorian, Laura Gale Billings, a GPA of a 4.0 and an ACT score of a 33. Congratulations.
The class of 2020 has many varied plans after graduation. Some will pursue college, some will go directly to work, Some will join the military, and some are still undecided. It is indeed a pleasure to recognize our graduates and their accomplishments tonight. We are proud of each and every one of our graduates. The 2020 Covington High School graduating class has received scholarships in excess of $4,758,290. We would also like to recognize graduates who will be entering the military. Please stand and remain standing as I'll call your name. Army, Antonisha Mason. Sharavian Tipton. And Angel Yarborough. Thank you. You may be seated. The faculty and administration of Covington High School would like to say a heartfelt congratulations, seniors of 2020.
As you see on your program, we are now at the most memorable part of our commencement service. Please note the recognition symbols on your programs for graduates. The students who are eligible to graduate with honors recognition have completed the state of Tennessee course requirements for graduation and have met all ACT benchmarks. We also would like to honor those with distinction recognition for obtaining a 3.0 GPA or above, meeting all ACT benchmarks, and completing one of the following: participation in at least one of the governor's schools, participation in one of the state's all-state musical organizations, a score of a 31 or higher composite score on the ACT, or completion of 12 or more semester hours of transcripted post-secondary credit. Let us also recognize our National Honor Society members. These students have maintained a 3.3 grade point average and have exhibited leadership ability. Would our students graduating with honors and our National Honor Society members please stand? Let's give these outstanding students a hand. Thank you. You may be seated. I'm sure that we are all experiencing many mixed emotions: joy, sadness, anxiety, and anticipation, to mention only a few. This is the moment that we have all been anxiously anticipating. Everyone graduating tonight deserves recognition and respect. Therefore, please limit your excitement so that each and every graduate's name can be heard as it is called. All family members want to hear their name of their loved one as he or she steps across the stage to receive the diploma. We are privileged to have Dr. Combs, the Director of Schools for Tipton County, who will present the diplomas to our 2020 graduates. Jamar R. Macklin. Tatiana V. Macklin. Antonisha C. Mason. Jade A. Mason. Ethan C. Max. Mary M. Maxwell. Jacob A. McDaniel. Joshua M. McGarity. Jada B. McKenzie. Brian A. Mooney. Wesley A. Morris. Judson W.O. Nafee Jr. Caden C. Nafee. Jackson B. Owen. Hayden T. Palmer. Elijah A. Patrick. Jaquan A. Perry. Kenaja L. Powell. Trevante K. Powell. Jordan L. Prescott. Camille D. Pride. Yasmin J. Ransom. Keon A. Reed. Jacob T. Reeder. William P. Reeder. Michael R. Renfro. Kaya A. Renfro. Mackenzie L. Richardson. Colin A. Rogers. Matthew C. Rose. Anaya K. Rucker. Trenton D. Sanders. Carly D. Slough. Andrew T. Scott. Elijah L. Seegers. Tanner G. Sharp. Samuel J. Simmons. Anna Dale Simpson. Demetrius R.D. Smith, Jr. Destiny N. Smith. Elizabeth R. Smith. Samantha L. Smith. Terriana J. Smith. Tawan L. Smith. Tyron S. Smith. Colby D. Somerville. Miles E. Stark. Hunter W. Starnes. Jimmy D. Stedman. Kaya T. Stowers. Kamaya S. Talley. Virginia L. Tamargo. Tamia M. Taylor. Tanaya L. Taylor. Trinity L. Taylor. Trevon A. Terry. Karis D. Thomas. Demarius A. Thompson. Billy L. Thorne, Jr. Daniel B. Thornhill. Sharavian C. Tipton. LaSharon A. Van. Morgan E. Walker. Haley N. Walton. Mary Grace Washington. Sincere L. Smith. Kayla M. Watson. Ebony M. Wilkes. And Tricia L. Williamson. Desquavius J. Williamson. Demarion L. Willingham. Demarie L. Willis. Lizzie B. Wilson. Tiffany D. Wilson. Caleb K. Winfrey. Lataria J. Winfrey. Come on. Angel L. Yarbrough. And now, would all the 2020 Covington High School graduates please stand? You may move your tassel from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you the Covington High School class of 2020.